The American Academy of Pediatrics, or AAP, just released a policy statement encouraging parents to get more involved with their children's digital media habits and limit the amount of time kids and teens spend interacting on tablets, computers, cell phones, video games, and TV. Here with the details are pediatrician Pradeep Gidwani, past president of the American Academy of Pediatrics, or AAP, just released a policy statement encouraging parents to get more involved with their children's digital media habits and limit the amount of time kids and teens spend interacting on tablets, computers, cell phones, video games, and TV. Here with the details are pediatrician Pradeep Gidwani, past president of the local chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics, and Maureen, researcher at UC San Diego's Infant Vision Lab. Welcome.
Thank you.
Dr. Gidwani, how young does digital exposure start these days, and how much time are kids spending in front of these devices?
Well, it's alarming that children, babies, are being exposed to about an hour of TV a day, which is quite a lot. But then when we get older, to 8 and 10-year-olds, they're averaging about 8 hours a day. And then when we get a little bit older, teens and above that age are really getting 11 hours plus.
Almost half the day. Now, what are the AAP media recommendations now to parents?
Well, they're very simple. We really do feel strongly that there should be no media exposure or screen time before the age of 2, that we really need to limit screen time even in older kids, and we need to make sure there's no TV or devices in the bedroom, as well as whenever you are using media, use it for an opportunity to have a conversation and a learning opportunity and interacting with your child. And finally, everyone should have a media plan. This is a new technology. It's happening quickly. We need to keep up with new sets of rules.
Okay. And Maureen, you do research with infants. You're trying to learn if these videos like Baby Einstein is a good learning device for children under age 1. What have you found?
Well, we studied whether infants were able to benefit from these videos in the laboratory. So we brought in infants and we tested them before and after training, and we wanted to see if they could learn something from these videos. And specifically, we were training them about color. And what we found is that infants, and these were 6-month-old babies, did not benefit from watching TV. And this is also in line with what is known in the literature, that infants under the age of 2 are not learning from TV.
Well, when it comes to infants now watching TVs or playing with these devices, I think we've seen that on YouTube a lot. How much time are infants under age 1 spending with media?
Well, surprisingly, many infants are watching TV up to an hour a day. And even though the American Academy of Pediatrics is recommending no TV for infants, more infants are watching TV than should not be.
So far the research is showing that certainly the video and interaction under age 1 is not a learning benefit.
Right.
Okay, well, Dr. Gidwani, how about this though? Parents would say, hey, listen, I want to give my kids a head start in the electronic world, in the media world. I want them to be media savvy. They're going to need this in school. They're going to need it in work. Why not give them a head start?
Well, it is a very thoughtful question. Each child and each family is different. So you have to really work with each child and help them learn how to set limits, how to regulate themselves. Some kids can do it easily, some kids need more help, but as a parent it actually requires more involvement rather than less if you want to make them media savvy.
So what tips could you offer parents that come into the office and say, all right, I'm going to try to follow these guidelines? I mean, how can you tell a parent that already has kids playing with these devices, you know, whoa, rein it back a little bit?
Well, of course we want to limit things, but we also want to give suggestions on what works, and really the basics work. It's interact with your kids, reading your kids, telling stories together, mealtime, turning off the devices, and really having the time to interact. Babies and actually all children learn through interaction, and so the more we interact with our children, the more we teach them ourselves, the more they learn, and they're happy with the simplest things.
So when you say interact, you're talking about watching the movies and doing the video games with them?
Absolutely, but also unstructured time, storytelling, having them use their imagination, having them tell you about their day, those pieces that can make that social connection between parent and child.
And Maureen, you don't just study this, you have 2 children at home. How easy or difficult has this been for you to try to implement sort of a no media policy?
Yes, it's definitely a struggle. My kids fight over the media, over control for the media, and I do see emergence of attention deficits, and so what I try to do is cap the amount of time to an hour a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they get a little.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you both so much for the information on this.
Thank you.